Before you scroll away, listen to this. Do not let distraction take your attention somewhere else. Pause here for a moment, because this message did not reach you by accident. I know how exhausted you are. I see the heaviness you carry in your chest and the silent tears you have cried when nobody else noticed. You think you stumbled upon this message by chance, but heaven does not work in accidents. God told me to tell you this today. Your waiting season is ending. I intercepted your timeline today because there is something massive shifting in your life, and it begins at midnight. Yes, midnight. The hour when the world is quiet, but heaven is the loudest. Do not ignore this. What you're about to hear will change everything. My beloved one, pause everything and listen closely. I know the nights have been long. I know you have laid awake staring at the ceiling, wondering if I have forgotten you. You have wiped your own tears in the dark, whispering prayers that felt like they were hitting a brass ceiling. You asked me when the pain would stop. I heard every single word. I saw every tear you cried. You thought my silence meant abandonment, but silence was not absence. The waiting was preparation. The pain you survived was shaping you, not destroying you. Tonight, at the stroke of midnight, I am breaking the silence. I am opening doors no one can shut. The things that have resisted you, the barriers that have blocked your blessings, they are about to crumble. What is about to happen will shock your doubters. It will shock your enemies. And most importantly, it will shock you. It will not be a small, gradual change. A shift is coming, and your breakthrough is near. You have endured a season of being misunderstood, overlooked, and underestimated. People have counted you out, but they do not know what I have been preparing in the unseen realm. Even now, angels are receiving their final instructions concerning your destiny. The scale has tipped, your season of weeping is over, and your morning is arriving at midnight. Stay until the end. This word is for you. My child, I know there were moments when you felt like giving up. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed, feeling like the weight of the world was crushing your chest. You thought no one understood the battles you were fighting silently. But I was there. I was holding you when you thought you would break. The enemy wanted you distracted. He whispered lies into your mind, telling you that your best days were behind you, that you were forgotten, and that your prayers were just empty words echoing in a dark room. Do not believe the lies. The enemy cannot stop what I have planned for you. He knew this midnight hour was coming, and that is why the attacks against your mind, your finances, and your peace have been so intense lately. The warfare was heavy because your breakthrough is massive, but fear is not your future. You have endured wounds from people you trusted, from those who were supposed to protect your heart. They judged your visible struggles, but I saw your invisible faithfulness. They saw only the surface, but I saw the spirit beneath. When they walked away, I stepped closer. When they misunderstood your silence as weakness, I knew it was your surrender to me. You kept believing through your tears, and heaven rejoiced. I was collecting every moment of your endurance, every sigh of your heart, every trembling prayer. None of it has been in vain. Your tears were never wasted. You survived because I never let go. As the clock ticks closer to midnight, I want you to release the bitterness. I know words were spoken that cut deep, and actions were taken that left scars. But this new season requires empty hands to receive the blessing. You cannot walk through this midnight door carrying the heavy bags of yesterday's resentment. Let it go. Release them to me. I am your defender. I will make all things right in my way and in my time. What is about to happen at midnight will be your ultimate vindication. It will not come through your arguments or explanations to those who doubted you. It will come through manifestation. My favor will speak for you. Just stay close to me. My child, understand that the silence you experienced in the past season was never a sign of my absence. It was the sacred pause between preparation and fulfillment. You have asked me, Lord, why did you allow this to happen? Why did I have to wait so long? I am answering you now because I was training you to depend on me alone. If the blessing had come when you first asked for it, you would not have had the strength to carry it. The delay was not a denial. The waiting was preparation. The suffering you endured was refinement, burning away the fear of man so you could learn the freedom of walking in my truth. What felt like a painful setback was actually my unseen hand protecting you from doors you were not ready to walk through, and from people who would have drained your spirit. But the season of hiddenness is ending. At midnight, a divine shift is being activated in the heavenly realms. I am rearranging paths that seemed impossible to cross. I am placing your name on the lips of people you have never met. People who will carry favor, opportunities, and restoration into your life. You do not have to fight for this. You do not have to strive, exhaust yourself, or manipulate circumstances to make it happen. You are my beloved child. You are chosen. You are deeply loved, and you are worthy of the promises I have spoken over your life. I have seen the purity of your heart, how you kept reaching out to me, even when your strength was completely gone. When midnight strikes, the chains that have held back your finances, your peace, and your family are going to snap. What was stolen from you will be restored, multiplied, and overflowing. The people who overlooked you will suddenly see the grace and favor resting heavily upon your life. They will ask, how did this happen so fast? And you will know it was the hand of God. The shock will not come from tragedy, but from a beautiful transformation. Heaven is setting the stage right now. Do not shrink back. Stand still, quiet your anxious thoughts, and prepare your spirit to receive the miracle that is rushing toward you. My beloved, as this midnight hour approaches, I am giving you specific instructions for the season ahead. You must trust me completely and stay close in prayer. The enemy will try one last time to bring fear into your heart, to make you overthink and doubt the miracle that is unfolding. Do not believe the lies and know that fear is not your future. Avoid every distraction that pulls you away from my presence. When the door opens, do not hesitate, but do not rush ahead of my timing either. What I am doing in your life is sacred, and it must be guarded like a treasure. Some things I reveal to you must be kept between us until they bloom in their appointed time. Be silent. Do not rush to speak about what you will see and sense, for the miracle that is being birthed in your life must first grow in the quiet before it is shown in the light. Protect it in prayer. Let go of the need to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your vindication is not found in your arguments. It is found in my manifestation. When they see the sudden shift in your life, they will know it was not by your own strength, but by the undeniable hand of God. The shock will not come in tragedy, but in a glorious transformation that silences every whisper of doubt against you. I am releasing a heavy mantle of peace, strength, and favor over your life right now. A new season is about to begin. I am opening doors no one can shut, and what was stolen from you will be completely restored. Your health is being healed, your finances are being realigned, and the broken pieces of your life are being put back together by my unseen hand. You are my beloved child, chosen, worthy, and deeply loved. The battle did not destroy you. It only prepared you to carry the weight of this extraordinary blessing. As the midnight clock strikes, take a deep breath and let my peace wash over you. The storm is passing, the heavy clouds are parting, the sun is rising on your new chapter. You survived because I never let go, and your tears were never wasted. The pain you carried was not in vain, and your story is ending in triumph, not defeat. If this message speaks to your heart, type Amen in the comments. Share this with someone who feels tired, discouraged, or forgotten. Stay close, subscribe for more daily Christian inspiration and prophetic messages. And remember always, I never left you, and your breakthrough is finally here. My child, do not let your heart be troubled by the sudden storms that have surrounded you recently. I see the confusion in your eyes when you look at the circumstances that seem to be falling apart, just as you were expecting a breakthrough. But I want you to understand the spiritual reality of this hour. The enemy always fights the hardest when he knows your midnight release is imminent. The friction you are feeling, the unexpected financial pressure, the sudden conflicts in your relationships, the heavy fog of anxiety. These are not signs that you are failing. They are the desperate attempts of an enemy who knows his time is up. He is trying to distract you so you will step out of position before the clock strikes 12. Stand your ground, my beloved. You are not fighting this battle alone. Even now, the atmosphere in your room is changing. Can you feel it? It is the heavy, comforting presence of my Holy Spirit wrapping around you like a warm blanket, shielding you from the chaos of the world. I am settling the turbulence in your mind. I am silencing the loud voices of doubt that have been screaming at you all week. You have wondered why the journey had to be this hard, why you had to walk through valleys that tested the very limits of your physical and emotional endurance. But look at you now. You have been forged in the fire. You are stronger, wiser, and more anchored in my eternal truth than ever before. When midnight arrives, the shock will not just be in what I do for you, but in who you have become through this agonizing process. You are no longer the frightened, broken person you were when this trial began. You are my chosen warrior. You are a beloved child of the Most High God, fully equipped to handle the massive blessing I am about to pour out. Do not shrink back when the impossible doors begin to swing open. You are worthy of this. Not because of your perfection, but because of your quiet persistence. You held on to my hem when everything else was slipping away, trusting me in the absolute dark. Now watch as I honor that unwavering faith. The midnight shock will ripple through your entire family, bringing profound healing where there was once bitter division. My child, I know there have been days when you looked around and felt like everyone else was moving forward while you were stuck in the same place. You watched others receive their blessings, their breakthroughs, and their open doors, and you quietly celebrated with them while your own heart ached in the background. You wondered, when is it my turn, Lord? Have I been skipped over? Hear me clearly today. You have not been skipped over. You have been set apart. The blessing I have for you could not be rushed. It required a deeper foundation, a stronger faith, and a spirit completely dependent on me. What I am releasing at midnight is not a generic blessing. It is a custom-made miracle, crafted specifically for the pain you have endured and the tears you have cried. When the clock strikes midnight, a divine realignment is taking place in the spiritual realm. I am not just changing your circumstances, I am changing the way people see you. The very ones who spoke down to you, the ones who dismissed your dreams, underestimated your potential, and questioned your calling, will be the first to witness the heavy glory I'm placing upon your life. I am preparing a table before you in the presence of those who doubted you. But listen to me carefully. When this happens, you must not boast. You must not look at them with pride, arrogance, or resentment. Your reaction must be pure grace. Let my favor be the only statement you make. Your silent humility in the face of their profound shock will glorify my name more than any words you could ever speak. Do you feel the shift happening right now? The heavy spiritual resistance you felt just days ago is breaking. The chains are falling off your finances, your health, and your family line. The midnight hour is not a time for fear. It is the hour of absolute deliverance. The enemy thought he could wear you out. He thought if he kept applying pressure, you would eventually break and turn away from me. But he did not realize that the pressure was only turning you into a diamond. You are stepping into a season where the things that used to trigger your anxiety will no longer have power over your mind. You are walking into a space of untouchable peace. Breathe deep, my beloved. The struggle is ending. Your morning is breaking, and the light that is about to dawn on your life will be nothing short of breathtaking. My beloved child, as we draw closer to this appointed midnight hour, I want to speak to the deep exhaustion in your physical body and your weary soul. I have watched you carry heavy burdens that were never meant for your shoulders. You have tried to be strong for everyone else, holding the pieces of your family together, offering a gentle smile when you were secretly breaking inside. But tonight, I am taking that heavy yoke from you. You do not have to be the strong one anymore. Let me be your strength. I am breathing fresh, healing life into your weary bones right now. The physical aches, the heavy chest, the anxiety that wakes you up in the middle of the night, I am touching all of it. At midnight, not only will your external circumstances shift, but a profound internal renewal will wash over you. The enemy tried to make you believe that your best years were stolen, consumed by endless stress, deep grief, and a waiting season that felt like a terrible punishment. He whispered that you are too tired or too far gone to experience the massive breakthrough I promised you. Do not believe those lies. I am the God of complete restoration. I will restore to you the years that the pain has eaten away. The energy you thought was gone forever is returning to your body. The joy that dried up in the valley is springing forth like a powerful fountain. You will wake up with a song of praise in your heart, and the heavy fog of depression that tried to suffocate your mind will be completely destroyed. When you look in the mirror, you will no longer see the face of someone defeated by the harshness of life. You will see the radiant reflection of a conqueror, marked heavily by my grace. I am healing the trauma you never spoke about, those secret wounds you hid from the world because you feared their judgment. I saw every single moment. Now I am turning those tears into a river of blessing that will water your new season. The midnight hour is not just about opening new doors. It is about completely healing the old you, so you can fully step into what is coming without dragging the heavy chains of yesterday. Release your grip on how you think this should happen. Let go of the timeline you created in your mind. My ways are higher, and my timing is absolutely flawless. Surrender the how and the when to me, and simply trust that I am working fiercely behind the scenes. Type, I surrender all to you, Lord, if you are ready to let go of control and let my perfect will unfold in your life. My beloved child, as you surrender your timeline to me, I want to reveal a deep truth about the season of isolation you just walked through. I know you have grieved over relationships that suddenly ended, doors that abruptly closed, and connections that faded away without explanation. You sat in silence, replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you did wrong and why certain people walked away when you needed them the most. But listen to me closely today. Those departures were not your fault, and they were not a punishment. They were my divine protection. The massive blessing I am releasing at midnight is too heavy, too pure, and too sacred for the people who were only meant to be in your past. If I had allowed them to stay, they would have drained your spiritual oil. They would have mishandled the miracle I am placing in your hands, and their doubt would have clouded your faith. I had to clear the stage. I had to empty the room and remove the noise so you could finally hear my voice without distraction. The shock that is coming at midnight is not just about the breakthrough in your finances or your health. It is also about the divine alignment of the people I am bringing into your life. Even as I speak these words, I am stirring the hearts of strangers who hold the keys to your next level. I am sending people who will honor your spirit, who will speak life into your weary soul, and who will open doors of opportunity that you could never open by your own strength. Do not mourn the empty seats at your table any longer. I am preparing a magnificent feast, and I am personally selecting the guests who will sit with you in this new season. Your period of walking alone is officially over. The isolation you endured was necessary for your consecration, but it was never meant to be your final destination. You were hidden in my shadow so that the enemy could not track your progress and sabotage your destiny. Now the veil is lifting. The people who are assigned to your future are already looking for you, and my spirit is orchestrating your intersection. As you approach the midnight hour, I command you to leave the past behind. Do not reach back for the things, the habits, or the people I have purposefully removed. Reaching back will only delay the forward momentum of the miracle. You must face forward with absolute expectation. The tears you cried over those who abandoned you will be replaced by overwhelming joy for those who will champion your cause. Type "Thank you for protecting me, Lord," if you truly trust my divine separation. My child, as the midnight hour draws near, I want to address the very real, practical fears that have been keeping you awake. I know you have looked at your circumstances, your bank account, the unpaid bills, the medical reports, the family conflicts, and felt a wave of absolute panic wash over you. You have wondered how you were going to make it through the end of this month. You have silently asked me how much more your mind and your body can take before they completely break. Hear me now. The breakthrough that is coming at midnight is not just a spiritual feeling. It is a tangible physical manifestation of my provision. I am about to touch the very things that have caused you the most severe anxiety. The financial blockages that have frustrated your efforts for years are being dismantled right now in the unseen realm. You have worked so hard, you have sown seeds in faith, and you have given even when you barely had enough for yourself. I saw every sacrifice. The enemy tried to convince you that you would live the rest of your days in a cycle of lack and struggle, constantly worrying about survival. That is a lie from the pit of hell. At midnight, I am breaking the curse of poverty and stagnation over your life and your family line. The shock that is coming will be the sudden, unexplainable arrival of resources. Opportunities you did not apply for will seek you out. Favor will speak for you in rooms you haven't even entered. You will not have to beg, borrow, or rely on the empty promises of people anymore. I am your source, and my supply is absolutely endless. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing so massive that you will not have enough room to store it. But you must prepare your mind to receive it. Stop speaking words of lack. Stop anticipating failure. Change your vocabulary right now. Speak life over your finances. Speak health over your body. And speak peace over your home. The angels of provision have already been dispatched with your name on their assignments. Do not let the current reality deceive you into thinking that I am not working. The darkest part of the night always comes just before the dawn. The heavy resistance you feel in your finances and your health is simply the friction of the old season giving way to the new. Stand firm. Do not panic. Take a deep breath and let my supernatural peace settle your racing heart. Type, "God is my ultimate provider," if you believe that your midnight miracle is already on its way. My child, listen to me closely as the midnight hour approaches. I want to speak directly to the hidden wounds caused by the words spoken against you in secret. I know you have been the subject of conversations you were not in the room for. You have felt the sting of gossip, the heavy weight of false accusations, and the quiet judgment of people who looked at your struggles and assumed I had abandoned you. They judged your difficult journey without ever understanding the magnitude of your divine calling. They placed periods where I only place commas. They looked at your season of setback and confidently declared that your story was over. But they do not hold the pen to your destiny. I do. At midnight, a profound reversal is taking place in the heavenly realm. I am overturning every negative word, every generational curse, and every false judgment that has been spoken over your name. The shock that will hit your doubters is not just that you survived the fire, but that you are stepping out of it without even the smell of smoke. You are going to thrive and prosper on the exact same ground where the enemy tried to bury you. This is what the midnight miracle looks like. I am preparing a magnificent table before you in the presence of your enemies, and I am anointing your head with fresh oil. Your cup is about to overflow in ways that will leave onlookers absolutely speechless. But hear my instruction for this specific moment. Do not defend yourself. Do not lower your spirit to argue with those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Do not waste the precious energy I am restoring to you by trying to prove your worth to people who refuse to see your light. Your quiet dignity in the face of their slander is your greatest weapon, because it gives me the absolute right to fight for you. When you stay silent, heaven speaks on your behalf, and when heaven speaks, the earth trembles. You are stepping into a season of undeniable spiritual authority. The mantle I am placing on your shoulders at midnight is heavy with unprecedented favor. The doors that are opening will not require you to force your way in. They will swing open simply because of the anointing you carry. The people who once ignored you will suddenly seek your wisdom. Do not be intimidated by the magnitude of what is happening. You were made for this. Breathe in my peace. Release the need to vindicate yourself. And watch me work. Type, God is my ultimate defender, if you are ready to let me fight your battles. My beloved one, as the midnight hour is almost upon us, I need you to do one crucial thing. Command your mind to rest. I see the invisible battle happening in your thoughts right now. The enemy knows he cannot stop my hand from blessing you, so his final strategy is to exhaust your mind with endless what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. He is playing highlight reels of your past failures, trying to convince you that this new door will close just like the ones before. He is projecting false images of the future to keep you paralyzed in a state of constant overthinking. But tonight, I am silencing the loud noise of anxiety in your head. I am breaking the vicious cycle of mental fatigue that has drained your joy and stolen your sleep for far too long. At midnight, the shock will not only be visible in your external circumstances, but it will be profoundly felt within your own mind. The heavy brain fog, the racing heart, the inability to rest, I am lifting all of it. I am giving you a sound mind. When the morning comes, the first thing you will notice is an extraordinary, unexplainable quietness in your spirit. The exact same problems that used to trigger an immediate panic response will no longer have any emotional power over you. You will look at the situations that terrified you yesterday, and you will feel absolutely nothing but my perfect, untouchable peace. This peace is your greatest weapon in this new season. It is the undeniable proof that heaven has already gone before you and fought the battle on your behalf. Your family and friends will look at you and be shocked by your sudden calmness. They will ask, how can you be so still when everything around you seems so intense? And you will smile, knowing that your stillness is born from the absolute certainty that the Creator of the universe is in complete control of your destiny. You do not need to figure out every step of the journey right now. You do not need to have all the answers for tomorrow. I am not asking for your strategy. I am only asking for your surrender. Give me the heavy burden of trying to control the outcome. Let go of the need to fix everything on your own. I am carrying you now. Type, I release my worries to you, Lord. In the comments, take a deep breath and let your weary mind finally find its rest in my holy presence. My child, listen to the rhythm of my grace as we stand at the very threshold of your midnight hour. I want to speak directly to the dreams you quietly buried, the deep desires and hopes you placed in the ground because the waiting simply hurt too much and the repeated disappointment was too heavy for your weary soul to carry. You looked at your current age, you looked at your limited resources, you remembered your past mistakes, and you whispered to yourself that the ship had already sailed. You convinced your own heart that you would just have to settle for an okay life instead of the abundant life I promised you. Hear me clearly today. I am the God of resurrection. At midnight, I am breathing supernatural life back into the dead dreams you gave up on long ago. What the enemy took years to systematically destroy, I will completely rebuild in a fraction of a second. You are stepping into a season of divine acceleration. The painful delays of your past are right now being swallowed up by the sudden speed of my favor. You are about to see things happen so rapidly, so miraculously, that your human mind will struggle to comprehend the sheer goodness of it all. Opportunities you thought were gone forever will suddenly chase you down. The right people will actively seek you out. The physical and emotional healing that experts said would take years will manifest overnight. Do not limit my power with your human logic. Human logic says you have to wait your turn at the back of the line. My grace says your turn is right now, and I am moving you to the very front. I know you have grown painfully used to the struggle. You have lived in survival mode for so many years that genuine peace almost feels uncomfortable and suspicious to you. You are constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, always expecting bad news because that is what your past has taught you. I am breaking that trauma response tonight. You do not have to nervously brace yourself for impact anymore. You can finally let your guard down and breathe. The only thing dropping into your life from this midnight forward is my unprecedented, overwhelming favor. I am restoring to you the years that the locusts have eaten. The time you thought was wasted was actually being invested into your spiritual maturity. Open your hands, my beloved. You cannot receive this massive, life-altering blessing if your fists are tightly clenched in fear and control. Release the overwhelming need to know exactly how I will do it. Your only job in this hour is to absolutely believe that I will. The midnight clock is ticking, the angels are positioned, and all of heaven is leaning in to watch your beautiful reaction to this miracle. Type, I receive my accelerated blessing if you are fully ready to see my resurrection power unfold in your life today. My child, as you stand on the very edge of this midnight miracle, I want you to look beyond your own personal circumstances. The shift that is about to take place is so much bigger than just your immediate relief. You have looked at your life and asked me for a simple blessing, just enough to get by, just enough to make the pain stop. But I am a God who does exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ever ask or even imagine. The magnificent door I am opening for you at midnight is not just for your benefit. It is the beginning of a massive breakthrough for your entire bloodline. For generations, your family has been locked in painful cycles of financial struggle, broken relationships, chronic illness, and deep emotional torment. You have watched the same destructive patterns repeat themselves year after year, and the enemy has whispered that this is simply your lot in life. He tried to convince you that you would eventually suffer the exact same fate as those who came before you, that you were trapped in a history you could not rewrite. But heaven says no. I have chosen you to be the ultimate cycle breaker. Your quiet obedience, your agonizing tears in the dark, and your absolute refusal to let go of my hand have secured a profound victory. At midnight, every generational curse that has plagued your family for decades is completely shattered. Because you chose to praise me in your deepest wilderness, your children and your children's children will not have to fight the same spiritual demons you fought. They will walk freely on the clear, blessed path that your faith has bulldozed for them. The spirit of poverty stops with you. The heavy cloud of depression stops with you. The legacy of failure and rejection stops with you. When the morning light breaks, a brand new generational legacy of extreme favor, divine health, and unshakable peace begins through your life. In these crucial moments before midnight, I want you to prepare the spiritual atmosphere of your home. Speak my promises into the quiet rooms. If you have children, lay your hands on them while they sleep, or speak their names boldly into the night if they are far away. Command the atmosphere to fully align with my holy word. Do not let a single word of fear, doubt, or complaint cross your lips right now. My angels are actively moving through your home, carrying the divine blueprint of this new generational blessing. This night marks the greatest turning point in your family's history. You will look back at this exact midnight and testify to the world, that was the moment the tide turned in my favor forever. Type, my family is completely blessed and protected if you receive this massive generational breakthrough right now. My beloved child, as we enter the final moments before your midnight breakthrough, I need you to be highly discerning of the spiritual atmosphere around you. The winds of transition are blowing fiercely right now. You might feel a sudden urge to panic, an unexpected wave of sadness, or a strange temptation to return to the very things I have just freed you from. Recognize this for what it is, the enemy's desperate last-minute illusion. He knows he cannot stop the clock, and he knows he cannot touch the blessing I have prepared for you. So, his only remaining tactic is to create a loud storm outside your window, hoping you will look away from me and stare at the waves. Do not look at the storm. Keep your eyes locked completely on me. The chaos you might be witnessing in your circumstances right now is not the sound of your life falling apart. It is the sound of the enemy's barriers being utterly destroyed by my heavenly host. What looks like destruction to the human eye is actually divine clearing. I am uprooting the dead trees, smashing the locked gates, and clearing the debris so that your new path is wide open. Do not mourn the things that are being shaken right now. Let them fall. Everything that is being shaken in this hour is being shaken so that only what is solid and unshakable remains. Your faith, your soul, and my eternal promises to you, these are unshakable. In this sacred hour, I am asking you to do something that requires immense spiritual maturity. Bless those who have persecuted you. I know it sounds impossible after the deep pain they have caused, but your forgiveness is the final key that unlocks this massive door. If you hold on to bitterness, it will act as a heavy anchor, weighing you down when you are meant to soar. Release them completely into my hands. Let my perfect justice be the final word. When you say, Lord, I forgive them, you are cutting the last invisible string the enemy has attached to your heart. You are stripping him of any legal right to torment your emotions. You are so close, my child. You have survived the darkest valleys, the loneliest nights, and the most brutal spiritual warfare. You did not break. You did not quit. You held on to the hem of my garment, even when your hands were bleeding. And now your massive reward is at hand. The angels have taken their final positions around your home. The divine decree has been sealed in heaven. Breathe deeply and let my absolute peace guard your heart and mind. Type, I release all bitterness and receive my blessing if your heart is completely ready for this midnight shift. My beloved child, The midnight hour has finally arrived. The waiting is over. The long dark night of the soul that you have bravely endured is officially behind you. As the clock strikes 12, heaven is rejoicing, and the earth is responding to the divine command I have spoken over your life. Step across the threshold. You are no longer a prisoner of your past, no longer bound by the fears that once held you captive, and no longer defined by the words of those who misunderstood you. You are stepping into a glorious new day, completely illuminated by my unprecedented favor and grace. Can you feel the lightness in your spirit? The heavy chains have fallen. The crushing burdens have been lifted off your weary shoulders. Take a deep, refreshing breath of this new atmosphere. This is the air of absolute freedom. The doors that were slammed shut in your face are swinging wide open right now, and no man, no demon, and no earthly circumstance can ever shut them again. You are walking into a season of massive restoration, where every tear you cried will be returned to you as a sparkling diamond of blessing. What was stolen from your health, your finances, and your family is being multiplied and handed back to you. From this moment forward, walk with your head held high. Do not walk with the posture of the defeated person you used to be. Walk with the holy confidence of a chosen child of the Most High God. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the world will look different because you are different. The massive breakthrough is no longer a distant promise. It is your new, breathing reality. I am so profoundly proud of you. You trusted me in the absolute dark, and now I will honor you in the blazing light. My favor will go before you like a shield, and my peace will be your constant companion. If this divine message has touched your soul and confirmed what you have been feeling in your spirit, do not leave without claiming it. Type, "I step into my midnight miracle" in the comments below. Support our channel as we dedicate our work to bringing happiness to your heart and drawing you closer to God. If you would like to help us continue this holy mission, you can contribute through Super Thanks. Your support truly means the world to us and helps spread this message of hope. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video with someone who desperately needs to hear this right now. And never forget, I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Welcome to your new season, my beloved.